It's the Monday Morning Show. Today is June 28th, 2019. I'm Ken LaSalle, novelist and writer of other stuff as well from kenlasalle.com. So, I'm talking with my wife the other night, just chatting along. Something occurs to me, and I say, "Hey, am I crazy, or was the 15th anniversary of our first date this month?" We both did some very advanced math and concluded that, yes, somehow this month marked the 15th anniversary of our first date. And we barely noticed. We were both wrapped up in our work, which is what happens when one workaholic marries another. But now that I'm aware of it, I hope you'll allow me to tell you the story of just how Vicky and I ended up on a first date. We had both joined Match.com, you see. And before you think that I'm going to do an ad for Match.com, is Match.com still in business? I'm checking. What? I said Is Match.com still... Holy shit, it really is still a thing. You see, Match.com told us that we were in no way a match. Zero compatibility. But, you know the old song. The girl was cute. Really cute. I remember the first time we spoke on the phone, she hung up right after telling me that she was going camping with some guy. I chain smoked that entire weekend. Turned out, he wasn't a threat. I had more to worry about with Vicky herself. Our first date was at Dave & Buster's. Imagine the worst, ugly American version of a pub, and you'll get the idea. It's a McMansion pub. And I thought we could shoot some pool. Turned out, Vicky was a competitive pool shooter. My specialty was slop. But really good slop, I'll have you know. I got us a table and ordered my favorite drink at the moment, which happened to be a very dry vodka martini. I ordered a glass of vodka to calm my nerves. I was shaking, which is what happens when I get nervous. What did I have to be nervous about? I haven't a fucking idea. You should know that I wasn't unfamiliar with bad dates. I went on a lot of bad dates. I won't get into the gore of it, but suffice it to say that I was single and past the point of caring what a woman thought. I was very take it or leave it by that point. Except with this one. I was careful about what I wore, and I was careful setting the tone. I either wanted to impress with the drink or just get something to soothe my nerves. And she shot pool like a shark, you better believe it. But I rebounded, and she killed me on the third game. But it was not a blowout. We sat at our little table, drinking and eating some appetizer. I had actually written down helpful bits in case I started to blow it. One was this detailed joke based on a recent date Vicky had been on with a guy who picked at his mouth. And that one worked. She really liked it. Last time she ever laughed at one of my jokes, too. I really wasted that opportunity. We walked over to this arcade they have, and within playing 2 or 3 games, hell, it might have been the first one, Vicky just destroys her foot. Bones are sticking out through flesh, okay? Blood is spurting several feet into the air. I'm telling you, this was not good. But I learned a lot about Vicky by her next words. Words that informed me about her character for years to come. She said, "I'm going to need a Band-Aid." And I went and got her one. Or there was one in her purse. Either way, my point is she sized up the situation and effected change. And by the end of the night, her foot was fine. We even walked around the mall this happened at. This was back when people still went to malls, before they became the killing grounds for extreme drone pilots. You know it's a good idea. When we returned to Dave & Buster's, we found our way to a table near the arcade, and we ordered one of the most decadent chocolate cakes I've had in my entire life. Either that or the hour was getting late and all I'd eaten for dinner was half an appetizer. But the fact is, the date lasted all evening and into the night without us even realizing it. I remember sitting at the table with her, picking over this amazing chocolate cake. What can I say? It stayed with me. Talking about not wanting the date to end. But eventually, the chocolate cake ran out, and the clock struck 11 at night. Well, some clock, somewhere. We stepped outside. I walked Vicky to her car. And we had one of the best first kisses of all time, right there in the mall parking lot. Don't believe me? Okay, well, how about this? I'll give you the right to have your own best first kiss and tell you that this was a pretty amazing, blew the roof off the top of my head, best kiss of my life. With every year that passes, that kiss grows greater and greater in my memory. Of course, we did see each other again, and in 2 months, we were engaged. I didn't really have a choice. I just kept saying yes to this amazing woman. The woman I loved. The woman I didn't know until searching random match users, since all of their recommendations never worked out. The woman who I second-guessed for years, thanks to my first divorce. How could I love this woman this much? I'd ask myself. Eventually, I stopped asking. It's just easier that way. Now, I could spend the rest of this podcast going on and on about how much I love my wife. I know I can because I deleted all of that. Nobody listens to a podcast to hear a guy gush about how great his wife is. Unless that's a thing. Is that a thing? Anyway. Happy anniversary, Vic. And to you all, until next time, be good to yourself, be kind to others, and let's make this world a better place.